Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. And let's discuss about the range function in Python. So, what is a range function in Python? And we'll discuss that. Then we will discuss how to write the syntax of the range function, and then from there on, we will discuss like how a range function is used in for loop. So, let's start. The range function is a built-in function in the Python which produces a series of successively high integers which can also be used as indexes in a for loop. Simply understand it like that it is a counter. Like you would have seen these age-old counters like this one. This is a physical counter in real world. In Python, range function is the counter. That's it. So now the built-in range function is most often used in a for loop because like loops are used for counting many times, most of the time. So in for loop we use a range function as the counter, and if we can use it anywhere, we need a series of integers. In Python, range is an iterable that generates items on demand. Iterables and iterators are a concept in Python. If you want to go in depth, then you can read about it, or I will also make a video about iterables and iterators. So it is made, these are majorly, they mix numbers or stuff on repetition. And the next thing is, so we need to wrap it in a list or tuple call to display all result at once. So what does it mean is, so if I type range 0 comma 5, so this will be the output. You know that the system has generated a range which is 0 1 2 3 4. There is a counter, but we cannot see it. If we want to see what the system has generated, then we type 0 comma 5. So this is what so when we have to wrap it in a list or in a tuple or in a set to change accordingly. So this is what actually the range function is producing. It is producing numbers which is 0 1 2 3 4. Also please see that it has not included the last number 5. So if you want 5 to be included, you have to write list range comma 5 comma 1. So sorry, so this will be so now the 5 is included. So you are seeing that the last number is not included in the counter in the range function. So please do remember this because this is useful. Then the syntax of the range function is range, start, stop, and step. It's a simple syntax. That is all you need to know. Start is the start of the counter, stop is where the counter will stop, and step if you want to jump the counter like 1, then 3, then 5. So then we put in a step. So like if you want to jump from 1 to 3, so we have to jump the counter by 2 steps. So we write 1 2 then 3. So so coming forward now, the conceptual understanding of range function, which is iterables and iterators. This is a bit in-depth topic. If you want to learn about it, please do go and learn about. I will also make a video on iterables and iterators. You can watch it, and you can also like read about what iterables iterators are and how they operate. So range is an immutable sequence type and range is an iterable, and which means so the important point over here is, because this is a very different topic, so the important thing is that range is an immutable sequence type. What does it mean? So and what does the phrase immutable sequence type means? So that simply means a sequence where the order of items matters, but once you create it, you cannot change, add, remove, or replace elements. So it simply means that I have created this, this range 0 1 2 3 4 5. I cannot change it. So we cannot, like, you would be knowing about sets here. So sets are immutable. So once this is created, or once this is created, we cannot change this sequence. If you want to create if you want to change this sequence, then we have to make a new sequence. So that is what the immutable sequence type means, and this is important to remember. And if you want to learn about iterables and iterators, that how the iter function operate. So iter is majorly that we produces things on demand, and there they uses iter and next method. So that is iteration protocol, and that I will explain in some other video. Now going forward, about this syntax which can come in range function. So the first one is list range 5, tuple range 5, or tuple range 5. So we are using one argument over here, and what will happen over here is that list range 5. So the thing is that you don't do the search on these answers. If you're learning it for the first time, write your own code, and otherwise figure it out on yourself, and don't even use the code book, so if I say list range 5, so this will be the output 0 1 2 3 comma 4. So you see started at 0, so the default is always 0. It ends at 5, and this step is the default step is 0. uh, so you just remember this: the default step is 0, and the default start is 0. You have to give the finish step. Second is list range 2 comma 5, using two arguments. So here we had given a start and a stop. Figure out the answer yourself, and then do check if you are right or wrong. And then the third syntax could be list range 0 10 comma 2. So we are using three arguments over here. So the start is 0, stop is 10, and this step is 2. So this one I will do for you: list range 0 comma 10 comma 2. So it starts as 0, which is the start we have given. Then 1, it skipped the second step, and then it went to the second step, which is 2. Then the first step after 2, 3, it means it skips that. Then it went to 4, then 6, then 8, and it doesn't include 10, of course. And then the fourth is that range can be non-positive and non-ascending. So that simply means that we can also have a non-positive range, like -5, -4, -3, -1. In the simple way, like is the reverse counter. The syntax for that is list range -5 comma 5. Then if we want to do a non-ascending, list range 5 -5 -1. This will be fun. List range 5 comma -5 comma -1. So it becomes this. So this is non-ascending. So what we were so this is kind of a non-ascending list. So it starts at 5 because the step was -1. So each step was getting taken out, and then 5 4 3 2 1, and it ends at -4. So these are the arguments which can go in the range function. Now the range function and for loop, they have a very deep relation. So this you need to know, and you need to know the syntax of for loop, also how the range is used in for loop. So one I will do for you. Let's do the first one. So how do we write range function in for loop? For I in range 3, print I comma Python. So this is what gets printed, 0 Python. So the loop ran for 3 times, 0 1 2, and this is what there is. Then the second one is we are adding steps now for I in range -3 comma 3, and print I Python. Like do figure out the on your own. So how many times the loop will run in it, and what will be the output. Then for I in range 0 10 comma 2, the same, we have added a step over here for I in range 10 comma 0 comma -2, which have added a reverse step over here. So do find it out. The thing is that range and the for loop have a very deep relation. If we want to add a counter in the for loop, then we use range function. That is why you should know all of these, like how to write for loop and range function together. And these are the kind of syntaxes which could be made in the range function with for loop. Now, these are the practice questions which I have prepared. You can go to my website, and I will upload the presentation over there, and you can like practice these questions. I just want to discuss one or two questions here which are important, I feel. The sixth question: which of the following statement about range is false? It returns a list of number. It is memory efficient. It is an iterable. And you can convert it to a list by the syntax list range 5. Please do figure out which one is false in here. It's very tricky, and but this is important for conceptual understanding. The Then the 10th question, it's a true and a false. Can range generate floating point numbers? We can find it out, So we do list range 0, comma 5. Let's do step first. 0, 0.5. Okay, float object cannot be interpreted as an integer. Okay, so if we do over here, let's start at 0 0.5 and then do 5. Is the same. Float object cannot be interpreted in integer. Do figure this out, like there is a concept of float and integers also over here, so please do figure it out. But and do figure out the answer of this question, like can the range generate floating point numbers. And then there is one more question. You must convert range to a list before using it in a for loop. True or false? This will be fun to figure out. Like first figure it out on yourself, on your reasoning, and then you can do a chat on this. uh, then so Okay, the 19th question. This is also interesting. The Does negative step logic work when start is greater than stop? Play around this in codebook and do figure this out. And that's all for this video. Please like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much for watching. If you want to do a quick revision of the range function, I will be also uploading the shorts, and you can refer to the shorts also if you want. And if you want to practice questions, please go to my website and see the presentation over there and practice it out. Thank you very much, and see you in the next video.